Mini Metro came out in 2015 and was developed by Dinosaur Polo Club, a small team based in New Zealand. Apparently, they were having trouble developing a full game. They decided to give themselves some restraints to create a finished product. They decided to go with a simple art style to make it easier to develop assets, and simple audio since they weren't adept at music. Finally, they didn't want to hand build each level, so they had to do something that could procedurally generate. While they say rules and constraints can give birth to creativity, and after visiting London and using its underground transit, they began work on a game called Mind the Gap, which would eventually become Mini Metro. Gameplay in Mini Metro is pretty simple. You are provided a series of stations on a train line you make yourself. Each station will be one of several shapes, with each shape acting as a type of destination. Each station will generate passengers that want to be taken to a certain shape, and it's your job to create a line and staff it with trains to transport them accordingly. The goal is simple, to last as long as you can and reach a new high score, or maybe achieve a certain score while following some kind of constraint. While it's very simple in concept, it can get intricate pretty fast. More and more stations will randomly spawn, and you'll have to figure out how to deal with all the new passengers. You could make a single giant train loop, but only 4 trains can be put on a line at one time. So eventually, you'll have to divide out your map to maximize use of your resources. I do generally recommend making loops though, as it will cause your stations to be visited more frequently. But no matter how you build your train lines, you'll run into your own kinds of problems. Once it's in a loop, for example, every kind of station is en route, so you may fill up with a lot of diamond passengers, while the diamond station is almost a full loop around, wasting the rest of the trip that the train takes. While you can isolate the rarer shapes onto one line, that line will be flooded with traffic and you won't have the capacity for it. Maybe you'll get another problem where you linked a bunch of circle stations in a row, and your train is filled with triangle passengers beforehand, making this section of your line inefficient. Trains can only carry a few passengers. After every in-game week, you can unlock a choice of upgrade, usually another train, as well as a new line, a carriage to increase the capacity of a single train, tunnels and bridges to cross water, or interchanges to help traffic at choke point stations. At any rate, your goal is to manage the traffic with the resources you have, until passengers are forced to wait too long, causing the game over. Completing levels will unlock more, that they're mostly the same throughout, gradually increasing the difficulty as you go along. While I can certainly say Mini Metro doesn't do much to change its formula from beginning to end, I can say it's a very good formula regardless, and very addicting. Mini Metro gets a lot of points from me for its simplistic art direction. With how hectic this game can get, a simple art style can really help, and its likening to real-world train route diagrams is a nice touch. Also, if you don't like its default look, there's a dark mode, as well as a colorblind option which I have to assume works. Not too much to say in the sound department, but that's not a bad thing. It's serviceable, and the beeps and boops of the game are nice enough. Apparently, the sound was intentionally kept minimal, and they focus on making it rhythmically sync up to the gameplay. It does its job nicely, supporting the game without standing out too much, like a bass player in a band. Minimalism is something surprisingly hard to get right. If you don't get it just right, you can get something too simple it's boring, or too complex that it's not minimal anymore. Mini Metro is a shining beacon of a simple game, with simple everything that is simply enjoyable. It's a great puzzle strategy game that I think everyone can enjoy. In 2019, Dinosaur Polo Club developed a new game, Mini Motorways, which also looks really good, so maybe try looking that up as well. But for now, all I'll say is to go try Mini Metro.